Hi everyone, it's Michael here with another episode of First Play, the series where we take a look at games for the first time and discuss design. Today we're looking at Pivvot, which was just released on Steam yesterday after being greenlit. Originally it came out on mobile platforms last year, but its Steam release was the first I heard about it. I'm curious how the transition from mobile to desktop panned out, so let's dive in here and check it out. Looks like I've got the game mode up here. I'm just going to start with the basic one. And I guess I click. Let's see. Left or right button. Interesting. So that's gonna. So it looks like I'm. Oh, okay. Way to go! Die right away. So I'm guessing on mobile you just had the different sides of the screen. I see. So it's kind of like a endless runner in some ways. I'm picking up... Oops. Alright, so I'm just basically avoiding everything. Let's try again. Oh, maybe those... I bet those round things are... These things I'm collecting are checkpoints? Maybe? Not sure, because I didn't look like I started at the very beginning. So maybe once I collect so many... Let's see. Oops. Yes, I know I died. Okay. Yeah, so it looks like once I get 3 of these, it's a checkpoint. It's a very reactionary type game here. I saw it being compared to Super Hexagon, which I can see. Oh, okay. Now I want to go in the middle. Very simple art style. Probably want to be in the back here instead of forward. Very clean. So, oops. Oh, did I not? Oh, I didn't hit the other checkpoint yet, I guess. Oh, and I need a fourth one. There we go. Oh, windmills. Oh, these are tricky. So yeah, these very clean, stylized games have been really making a surge in popularity lately. Ugh, just nicked it. Oh, I'm going the other way now? Guess that's one of the things to pay attention to is the direction. But even though I'm dying a lot, like, it's nice that there's lots of checkpoints, so I'm not feeling completely frustrated like in a lot of other types of games like this or endless runners. You know, you have to start back and you have no rings or coins or whatever you're collecting, and you just have to start completely over. Here, at least, as long as I start making some progress, I'm moving forward. So this is pretty nice. Nice balance between the difficulty and challenge and compulsion to continue playing of those types of games with the challenge still is there. It's there, but when I'm dying, as long as I've made some progress, I'm not gonna be completely lost. I'm curious. What happens when I reach the end? Is that just the whole voyage mode? Or is there other voyages? So, let's see. It's really interesting, too, the different musical sections going on here, where it seems like after every checkpoint it switches from the kind of more upbeat music to, the background, this kind of background style music. Alright. I'm not sure what the average death rate is, so just keep going. Oops. Oh, here we go. But yeah, I'm curious now to play on mobile and just see if it was like the left and right sides of the screen, or how did you just? I'm guessing you probably just dragged your bigger circle around here with your finger, maybe. Not too sure. I'd have to see it to know, of course, but those would be my guesses. So it's nice to see how it's translated to the desktop. I mean, that's one of the things, is the mobile arena is so much different with touch, and designing games to work with touch is a lot different than designing your traditional PC. Oh, that's tricky. PC type games. So it's really nice to see how a game that was very simple and kind of designed for touch has translated really well to the computer here using the left and right mouse buttons. And a lot of that probably just goes with the simplicity of the design here, and the elegance of this type of game. It's just made it really easy for the designer to program in it for the PC and find something that worked. So you don't always have that luxury and that ease of being able to do that when you create a game. So that's really nice to see here. Really a testament to this game and its concept. Though I'm sure it took a little while, just because it ended up looking easy never means it actually was. I think that's the brilliance of really great games, is you look like stuff like Threes, and they spent what, year and a half or so making the game, and of course clones come out right away, but they don't have anything on the original. That's because so much time and dedication went into it. So this is really nice to see that it's made a full circle between mobile and PC, and seem to be getting a lot of attention on both. It's kind of a rare thing these days. They've been very isolated markets for a while. People are still trying to figure out mobile and PC and vice versa, and how to make things work for both, but they're really separate. And sometimes like this, you can have something that works in both places pretty well. Oops, almost. But in other cases, it's just you have to think of them in completely different ways, and the pricing models and everything are so different. Be interesting to see where this goes in the future. Whoa, there we go. Especially as we have even more devices that blend productivity and entertainment on the go. It's whoa, that's, I guess I have to go around the other side. Just when I thought, like, okay, I wonder what's gonna be next, is these, oops, some of these things are kind of similar to previous ones. They're just larger, or other things, but this is completely new. There we go. You really have to go around the outside of that. Oops, and I have to swing around. Alright, that was me not seeing it on the short edge of the screen. So that's an interesting part of game design here, and this happened, I think, was it, what was it called? I remember the game off of the top of my head. I'll have to go. I think was it Rampage? Something Rampage, I think, or it was like where you're on that TV show, and like it was like kind of like Robotron. The name is escaping me off of the top of my head. I'll go look it up. Put a link to Wikipedia or something. But that game, it blocked one of the exits on the bottom of the screen, and so it was much more difficult to see that enemies were coming from that side, so you'd want to stay away from it. This game has a similar effect where when you're traveling from the top to the bottom, you don't have as much path in front of you to see what's coming up next. And so it makes it much more difficult when you're traveling in that direction compared to when you're going from left to right, when you can see a lot more of the track ahead of you. So that's an interesting game design principle. I think there's some official term for it too, which I don't remember now. But, oops. But it's something to be aware of as a designer, to know that you have a game concept and it has its own difficulty, but depending on how it's displayed and how it pans out on the screen, just that alone can affect the difficulty of your game. And I had another topic going on before this about mobile and oh, that's cool. This game actually very much reminds me of a concept I had, which of course I've not worked on, but maybe in the future. It's always hard to find time to do things when it's not your main profession. Oh, I was like, just get into the beat, swinging back and forth, and no. Yeah, those circles are pretty cool. Whoop, there we go. I will make it to the end. I'm determined. So close. I should be paying a little bit more attention, but I think I'm getting a slightly different pattern. I'm obviously traveling in different directions, I think. Let's see. Yeah, now it's a circle. Before it was the other crazy V thing. So, looks like the voyage is slightly randomly generated. I wonder if it's just gives you... It's interesting to see how it... There we go, that was the thing that tripped me up before. So it's interesting to see how it's slightly different each time I'm dying. I'm wondering if it just... Each section is supposed to be a certain set of the obstacles, or if it's just completely random. Just curious thoughts. But yeah, there we go. 33 deaths! Woo! Oh, that's fun. Celebrate the deaths. But yeah, it'll be very interesting to see as mobile devices get more powerful, what leaps and bounds we see in there. It's always kind of a renaissance. Some new device comes out, we kind of go back to the retro roots for a bit until the power ramps up, and that changes a lot. Okay, so I've done the voyage. Endless seems like it will be pretty self-explanatory. Expert voyage, alright, expert endless. Oh, so I can't play some of these other ones. Berserk, I'm curious what this is. Random endless. I wonder how that's different. Okay. Looper. Alright, I'm curious about this one too. So and it seems to be the only other one I can play, well, outside of the ones that seem a lot more obvious about what they are. So let me complete full loops to get points. Oh, I see. But I don't want to hit those things. Okay. Wow. Oh, wow. And I can't stop in the middle of a loop. I can only stop in between. Wow, this is hard. It's cool to see the designer think of a different game mode that works completely in his framework. Yeah, I'm not sure the best strategy here. I don't know, I have to pay attention to creating these loops, and I have to pay attention to the enemies, and then where I stop in the end. 3 is going to be my high score. And I'm getting confused too, because I'm paying attention to how much of a loop I've completed, and where that's intersecting with the enemies. But I have to actually protect, I can't point it out here, I have to protect the middle, my big circle, and so I'm not looking in the same spots that I should for these things. So yeah, so I've got myself on the track. Let's pretend this is the track, and then my big circle is out in this radius, and that's what I have to protect. But I'm looking at the big circle that's showing me the progress of the loop on the outside. So there's a lot of stuff to focus on. But I mean, ideally you should just be focusing. You should. Oh, interesting. Oh no. Too greedy. That's the thing with these types of things too, is like, how much do you push out of it? There we go. And then there's the little bubbles in the background too. Lots of distractions. Okay, so I feel like you just have to wait till they pass. Oh gosh. Woo! Okay, there we go. Playing the more cautious approach now. Oh, that was close. Okay. Oh, knew that was coming. Yeah, much more difficult. And I just need to stop rotating. I'm like, ooh, I can just get one more point, but no. Okay. I need to stop just spamming the button when I start the game, start the wave. Okay, there we go. I could have. Yeah, this is a lot to coordinate. I mean, that's what we're good at as humans, is these complex operations in split seconds. Which is what makes these sorts of games really entertaining, is it challenges us in different ways that we wouldn't always expect. Oh, lots of enemies. Aha! I went around them. That was really risky though. Oh, wow, I don't think I'm gonna best my score here right now. Try a couple more times. Oh wait, was there a loop there already? Yeah, interesting. There we go. Woo! Okay. Oh gosh. Wow, that's... Alright, let me just quickly jump over to the expert here and see how crazy difficult this is. It's probably gonna... Oh, interesting. So that's the inside version of the other one. Oops, of course. Oh, and I didn't hit the 4th checkpoint thing. Wow. It's one of those hard things sometimes when you're playing these types of games, like to not click, to not move when you're just traveling. And sometimes that just really bites you. There we go. Oh, really? Okay, so yeah, this is pretty cool. This is pretty fun. It's just straight up simple design and challenging gameplay, and just keeps you coming back for more. So be sure to check it out. I've put the links below. I'll put a link to that other game I mentioned, as I usually try and do. And we will catch you next time. Be sure to check out my Patreon page if you want to see more of this too. Thanks very much.